Welcome back, YouTube. Another beautiful day here in the shop. Had a great weekend, got some rest, relaxation. Now, time to get busy on the Nastruck. Check this thing out. For those of you just tuning in, this truck belongs to our buddy Andrew, and it is a late 90s, early 2000s-ish short track asphalt truck. Pretty cool. Quick change, Jericho 4-speed, spicy little small block, and we dropped a 66-ish C10 body on top. Looks pretty dang sweet. Last week we managed to get the roll cage X reinstalled. We had to take this out, the section out, because, well, for one, it only had a single crossbar, and we had to have a way to drop the cab down on it. Cut it out, put a new X in it, jack point, took the fuel cell out to have it serviced. Bunch of little projects. This week we're going to finish some of these out. First things first, if you watched last week's video, you'll remember this thing used to be a small back window. We cut the window out to give it a cooler look and better access to putting these bars in. Now, we've got to fill this back up. First, I'm going to build a little filler panel for here, and then we'll work on some sort of window situation. Went by our local metal supply place, Perkle Sheet Metal. If you're in Gainesville, I usually got what you need. Picked up some 035 aluminum, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Got that this morning, and we're using part of the old cab that we cut out as somewhat of a contour gauge. I'll show you. I had some aluminum laying around, wasn't wide enough, but I wanted to kind of tinker with it a little bit, and I was able to work and get the contours pretty decent, just playing around here. Okay, I'm just simply using a pipe in the vise, the edge of the table, some random, just some things, just whatever I have laying around. It'd be awesome to have a big sheet metal brake and slip roll, or if you really want to go crazy, it'd be awesome to have a pull max so you could make dies and just stamp this right out. It isn't that kind of truck. We haven't made it there in our shop life yet, so we're going to do what we can with what we have, and just stick around. This is going to turn out cool. This 035 is really easy to work with. I'm just going to foot form it and bend it around this stuff. Using this as kind of somewhat of a template. We'll figure it out as we go. We know this is the old cab panel. We know it stops here and then it rolls up. Well, where it rolls up is where we're going to put the flange of this closeout panel. Just start bending stuff around. Try to make sure it's as square as you can. Ultimately, all of it can be tweaked around later. You've seen us tune it up over there on the bench. We can just double check it here on the truck. I mean, that fits great, especially for just bending it around what we had laying here in the shop. I cut the excess off down here at the bottom. I could have got it at this length, but it would have made it so much harder to form it. With the extra length on there, it just gives you more leverage to form it around. Trimmed it a little bit here to go around the roll cage bars, and I simply just used some tin snips and our little belt sander guy there to get that formed. So that will sit right there. But can't leave that alone. We're gonna take and give this thing a little scrub it up with a red Scotch-Brite so you can kind of see the before. And it looks fine. It looks good. It does not need this. Well, in my opinion, it does. This gives it the, I don't know, I call it the brushed look. Here, we'll just do that one side and you can tell the difference. So kind of that factory mill finish versus the brushed. Just, I don't know, a little more race car. And it takes just a few seconds. Here we are, all assembled, looking sweet. Check out the passenger side, got that done too. Yeah. Drilled some 1/8 inch holes, and for those that haven't seen it, these are Clecos. They're like temporary pop rivets, basically. Put those in the hole as you drill around. Make sure that it doesn't shift as you're drilling your holes. Those, and spend a little bit of money. Harbor Freight pneumatic pop rivet gun. Really saves your wrist over the old style ones. Yeah, I'm super happy with that. Check it out from the back. Yeah. Now, let's get us a back glass in. Took our favorite arts and crafts supplies, our grid poster board, and blue tape. I think I'm getting a little overly optimistic at how much I can trim that around there and how well this stuff will flex. But we can always start a little big and trim it down. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. Knowing that I found, and I don't even know honestly why I looked, it offers a back window in Lexan for these trucks, but I had to look. Went down to the local home improvement store and picked up this. So what we found is this Optics Lexan. It's a 36 by 72 sheet, so we'll have enough we can do 2 back windows out of it. But we probably shouldn't have to because it's 10 times stronger than glass, allegedly. Non-yellowing, because Andrew probably won't keep this thing inside. And yeah, blah, blah, blah. Should be good to go. Took our template, laid it over the sheet, marked it out with a Sharpie. Took our 4.5 inch grinder, cut it out. Now, it says here that you can cut it out with a knife. No, we've got better tools. Cut it out with that. We trimmed the edges a little bit, smoothed them down with a DA. And let's see, let's show you a corner here. Yeah, I mean, that looks a lot like glass, the way they rolled it over with 180 grit on a DA. That should work out real nice for us. Let's get this thing test fitted. Been working on trimming the window down, got it pretty close. Need a little here, a little there, all in all, not too bad. I'm pulled off for the last time. I think these are gonna be my last little trims. It'll be good to go. We've just put some little 1/8 inch holes with more of our Clecos we talked about. Those in there. And also, you'll see here, we've traced the perimeter right around the edge. On most of your modern windows, you'll know if you paid any attention, there's always like a little black border. That's because most of your modern windows are glued in, and you don't want to see glue, like a glue ring around it. That'd look terrible. So they do the backside of the glass black to hide all that. Well, we're going to hide the ugly pinch weld by doing the same process. Check it out. Just finished taping it up, and I'll give you a quick little rundown on what we did. If you remember, this stuff had a factory like real thin protective coating. We peeled it off of this side. It had a bunch of little holes in it. Didn't want to risk any of those getting any overspray. You can see probably see through it. On the other side, I just peeled it back, and I put this 1 3/4 blue masking tape on the back side, leaving the edge exposed. I do want a little paint on that edge. It's going to make it look a little more crisp. Taped it off, leaving a 3/4 inch border around here. That'll be enough to hide our flange, and just kind of free-handed through here. I don't know. Just took my time to race the corners. Looking good, looking crisp, as you can see. Also, it's not as shiny as it used to be. Ran across the whole thing with some red Scotch-Brite. Now, we'll give it a little Rust-Oleum treatment. Yeah, I think it's going to turn out nice. While the paint's drying, let's talk about how we're going to fasten this window. Now, a bunch of different ways. Pop rivets, that's probably the easiest way. I've seen people use quarter turn fasteners. I do think the window should be removable, just in case you needed to like get to the seat belt to make your life a lot easier. I don't know. I feel like it needs to be removable, for one, easily removable. Obviously, you could drill out pop rivets, but quarter turn fasteners are cool. A lot more work to make the flanges work and everything. Let's meet somewhere in the middle. What I decided to do were riv nuts, and I was going to give you a quick little walkthrough of how these work, just in case someone hasn't seen them before. We went ahead and pre-drilled not only the truck but also the window while it was out. 1/8 inch pilot holes. Now, the nutsers we're going with is a 1032, which requires a 9/32 drill size. So we'll pop a hole. Like that. And the tool looks something like this. Got interchangeable threaded pieces here. Take that out, change the tips. You can do 1/4 20, 1032, 832. Also make a metric one. You slide the nutsert on the end of it here. Put it in the hole you just drilled. Squeeze it down, and you'll feel there'll be a positive stop when it's all the way done. Right there. Unscrew it. Now we have a 1032 threaded insert mounted in there nice and tight. That'll be plenty to hold it. We've spaced them out just really how is aesthetically pleasing. We're going to put some 1032 button Allens, some stainless ones. I think that'll look really nice against that nice black border. But we're going to wait a minute before we pop the window in. Let's get all the welding and grinding done before we put our plastic window on, because any sparks or welding slag that gets thrown up there will absolutely ruin that. As you remember, to put these down bars and X in, I had to cut off the factory shock mount. And okay, I'm no circle track guy. I'll just keep reiterating that. But I don't exactly understand why they welded this bushing in this side and this side bushing. It kind of floats. I don't know why they did it like that. I've looked it up online and I can't really find an answer. I had to ruin one side of this cutting it off. Since I'm making one, I'll just make two. But when I made them, I kind of, I don't know, in my opinion, improved on them. First off, I made them out of thicker material. That's 3/16. This is 1/8. And now we just have just straight 1/2-inch holes, and I'll make bushings to go inside of there. Don't have to worry about this floating bushing anymore. Get rid of that guy. Got those done. Put a little paint on it so I can put all the shocks back together once I get my spacer situation figured out there. Also, before we just had, well, Andrew had self-tapping Phillips heads holding the spoiler on. Andrew's had this truck up to like $120-ish at Road Atlanta on the back stretch. I don't think the self-tappers would have held it very well. We're just going to upgrade the hardware just a touch. We did nutserts instead, 1032 with some button Allens. These will get washers. They were just out of them at the hardware store. It's supposed to be here today. That'll leave us to our last two projects before we dive inside the truck. Also got the bed braces. Those are done now. We got to do something with the battery box, but I got to run to the hardware store for that. And in the meantime, we're going to start on this project. Was that raggedy rocker hanging down? That's not going to cut it. Plan here, we're going to do a rocker delete, and when we do, it's going to make the bedside here the lowest body point, which is going to look really goofy. We're going to come in here, we're going to section this bedside, shorten it up so it'll be level with the new bottom of the truck, basically bottom of the door. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's start by deleting the rockers here. Sometimes these old trucks want to fight back. That crusty rusty thing, yeah, you're done. Well, not only a fender extension delete, also got about a 1/2 acre of property. There we go, that's a weight reduction. With the cab corner cut off and following the door line here, you can see how much lower this bedside is. That's not going to work. It needs roughly more or less 2 inches. Got some 2-inch tape. I'm going to mark it off at this body line. I'm not exactly sure if that body line is supposed to be there, or it's just some kind of crease that happened. I don't know, but we're gonna come in right in there. And we'll start by cutting the bottom off first, and just because that'll just fall, that'll be fine, and cut this off second rather than cutting this off and having to hold this by hand to make the second cut, we'll just do it while it's still attached. See, that's much better, but it needs a little more. It actually needs to be about there-ish. I'm gonna bend this around, make another cut, we'll get it figured out. Weld it up and ground down. Looks a lot better. You can kind of see how the bottom of the truck flows now. We still have it jacked up, sitting on blocks in the back. It'll be more level than this, but you can see how even the bottom of it is. Looks nice. Got the driver's side done up as well. Looking good. You can see about how much we took out of it. Oh yeah, very nice. Had to modify the inner bed brace a little bit because obviously now it's 2 3/4 inches higher. Yeah, another project down. Now for this battery box. Let's try to do a little better. I think we can improve upon this. Cut off these pieces of hokey, rusty all thread, which was actually harder than what I came up with here. This is pretty straightforward to me. Drilled a hole in the bracket, which is welded to the chassis. Had this piece of aluminum angle. This is 1 3/4. I want to say this is 3/8. Pretty, I mean, really thick stuff. On the other side as well, but these universal battery tie-down rods come from any of your parts stores. O'Reilly's is where these came from. Yeah, in there, super sturdy. Got plenty of room for the battery. Yeah, and as you can probably already tell by my pink Sharpie, yep, time to overcomplicate it. There we go, finished product. Went over it with a little Scotch-Brite, deburred the edges with a little Unibit. Looks pretty sweet. The battery we're going to run is a little bit wider than this, but gives you an idea. Not going to buy a battery until we absolutely need one because I want to keep it as close to warranty as possible. We've got another short week this week, going back out of town, but we got to get a little more work done. I'm going to get one major task done. Probably have to pull a late night tonight, probably have to pull a late night tomorrow, but that's okay. I want to get this last part. Let me show you. While this gauge cluster and dash is okay, it's very race car. It would definitely serve its purpose. It would look so much cooler with this dash in here. What I'm thinking, we'll strip all this out. I'll build a panel here. We'll put those gauges in this dash. Cool little block off panel for this. And maybe, this is probably being a little overzealous, I'd like it where I can pop the glove box and MSD box will be behind here and the coil, maybe. Pretty good amount of fab work to do in a day. We'll see. I'm gonna try. Worst case, at least we can get it mounted in there. Maybe the gauges put in a panel. We'll worry about the wiring and plumbing later. For now, let's get to work. Strip this down, strip that down. Yeah, see what it takes to marry the two together. I've got the dash stripped down, loosely set up in here, very, very loosely. Made a couple little marks around the bars here, across the bottom. Lots of cutting and grinding. In my head, I may have been a little overly optimistic about how much of this dash I could retain. We're just gonna start chopping, see what we can make of it. With a ton of cutting and grinding and cutting and grinding more, the dash is in. I'm kind of holding it up here. She's a little floppy, but you get the idea. It's gonna look so sweet in here. I mean, no denying that is a much cooler look. Hop around here to the passenger side. Everything's looking good, and I think my plan will actually work out where we can mount the coil and ignition box in here. In theory, we shall see. Everything looks good, but this, not so good. Most people probably wouldn't care about this. Andrew probably wouldn't care about this. It's gonna bother me. the way these bars are angled in relation to the A-post and the way you have to kind of feed the dash in, we had to cut it at an angle. It doesn't look terrible, but I'm planning to make some kind of little nice looking block off plate there. Just another excuse for me to make some aluminum panels and get the pop rivets and stuff. Let's carry this race car theme throughout. So just in the back, whittling away at, well, I'm not going to tell you what I was whittling away at yet. That's a surprise. But look who just happens to walk in on us. Somebody let him in to see this week's surprise.
Yeah, I kind of got a little excited. I saw the video that you posted, what, yesterday? 2 days ago? And I was like, I gotta come see it. So I made an excuse to go buy something up in Gainesville so that I could come drive over here, come waste his time.
Yeah. What I haven't told YouTube is I actually haven't sent Andrew any pictures, any updates. I told him this is actually Taylor's idea. He's gonna have to get his updates from YouTube. That way I know he's guaranteed to watch.
Yeah, and I will. I don't really want to cheat myself out of it. It's way cooler to sit there on the couch and see how much work he's been putting in. So it was really fun to watch the episode of my own car and be like, oh my. It's kind of the same, because if you guys have watched videos that I've been in the past, you know I don't work anyways. So it's just like I might as well watch from home, right? You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool to see.
Andrew has a new nickname.
The Blister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he shows up after the work's done.
Exactly. That's it, dude. Get a tattoo across.
No regrets.
No regrets. Well, I'm excited, dude. I don't know. Have you shown them what you've done so far? They've seen,
everything's up to date except for what I'm tinkering on in the back right now.
Okay, well, I'll leave that over there. I won't look at it. That way, there's some surprises, you know.
Yeah, but
I see you got the dash all fitted up way nicer than I was expecting it to be. 1,000 times. There's 90% more dash than I thought there would be.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, me too. I already made us some closeout panels here.
Wow.
Little bead rolled situation that'll go around there. A little fastener so it's removable. I don't know why it would need to be removable, but welding it back in.
Might as well. Yeah, speaking of welding it back in, I heard y'all talking all that mess about my tailgate. Andrew's cheap this. I'll hit that thing with the MIG welder. I don't even care. It'll stay on. Couple tacks here and there, dude. But no, you wanted to do it all nice, so.
Well, you know.
It shows.
Yeah, I don't know another way to do it.
It shows. Yeah, it's exciting. Dude.
Yeah, the dash, there's a lot more of it that survived the cutting than I thought. I mean, check it out in there.
You think we could fit some vintage air over there still?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It'll fit, right? Gen 5 kit will fit, right?
Does that fit in your wallet though?
Does it used one fit, Mark? Yes.
No, the idea is when you open the glove box, that's where the MSD box and coil will be fitted.
Oh, sick.
So it'll be hidden behind there.
See, this is why you're cool. That's a great idea. Man, I'm really surprised with how much of that dash is in there.
Me and you
both.
both.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the closeout panels make it. And it honestly looks like it wouldn't be that bad to take out too. Like once you just take the closeout panels out. Like if you ever do have to take it out,
right?
It wouldn't be that bad.
No, it won't be bad. It'll be the 4 fasteners, which we actually really haven't even talked about that yet. But 4 fasteners across the top. I mean, you might have to get your little fingers in there once the window's in
I
it.
forgot there's going to be a window
There's
here.
Gonna be a window.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little tricky to get that, but those, and I am going to cut and make that line nice and straight, but it'll be those, and then the factory ones that are back in there, which you'll pull the cluster and be able to get to those. And, you know, actually now talking out loud, you'll have to pull the window out of it, because these will have to come out. But it's able to come out.
Yeah. It's a cool little detail, if anything.
Yeah, it looks cool.
When you look through it, it'll be cool.
Here's what I came up with for the little block off closeout panel deals on the dash. I think that'll look pretty sweet. Little 1/8" pop rivets on the perimeter. Little guy here in the middle. I think I'm going to radius this corner a little more, but you get the idea. Same over here on the passenger side. Nothing crazy. Something to fill those holes in. I think it makes it look a lot better. Once we get them pop riveted, or once we get all the holes drilled and everything, I'm going to spray these with satin clear coat. That way they won't be causing any kind of reflection from this onto the inside of the windshield when you're driving it. Because imagine that bright reflection in the sun might blind you. Yeah, come on.
Once he hits, $500,000, he'll have the full-time filter.
Yeah, first time seeing the glass in it. Oh yeah. That looks sweet. See, I kind of... Taylor's making fun of me for radius in my corners.
I wasn't making fun of you.
Yeah, gives you an idea what she's going to look like.
Oh, what are we doing?
What? I got one hand.
And I painted all the hoop and everything. Yeah. Jam out on it.
Yeah.
Scared me, Andrew. I thought I broke something.
No, leave that up to me.
Yeah.
First shot with a window in. Looking sweet. You can see how cool the black border turned out. How we radius the edges around there. I mean, it closes out pretty dang well. Sometimes with projects, you take one step forward, 2 steps back. It's just part of it. Drilling our holes here for our nice little button heads, and I managed to break the corner of the window. Don't know exactly why that one broke. I don't know if it was already structurally weak. Maybe I was too rough on it, cutting it out. I don't know. I don't know why that one. I did use a different unibit to cut that one out than I did, or to drill it out. Maybe it was too sharp. I don't know. Hit it with a unibit, broke the edge off of it. Andrew didn't care. He's like, oh, just paint that area of the window channel black and it'll be fine. I can't do that. I have enough material left over from the sheet I bought that I'm going to make another one. I'm going to put hopefully don't mess that one up, put that one in the truck, and then give him this one as his backup in case something happens to that one. He can have this one, throw it away, whatever. I just, even if the customer doesn't care, I can't let it leave the shop like that. Everything in the big back window.
Dude, it's so sick. It's so sick. Nobody will know it was an original big back window, too.
No one cares. No. Actually, it'll be funnier if they think it was.
Yeah,
because they think we cut one up.
Exactly. Then you just got to tell them, well, if you were to watch the YouTube video,
you would know. This thing was basically scrap metal.
Oh, man. If that. I don't even know. We might have to pay them to take it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in pretty bad shape.
95% rust, 5% metal.
Not anymore.
But don't worry, we made it real nice and solid. Just angle iron that you're making fun of me for.
Yeah, a little angle iron, a little bubblegum weld.
I like how much they make fun of me when I'm not around. That's really good. Nothing to say. Nothing to say when we're all looking at it together. But, you know, on video.
You should say when the cameras are off.
Say it when
Here, let me turn this off real quick.
So, if you guys, let me have the camera real quick. You'll see, this will be the view that I will get of Tim's Courier. It'll be just like this. You see it? All the way back there?
Is that like when I give you a truck head start?
Truck head start. Which size truck are we talking about here?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. But yeah, that came out sick. Man, look at that. Shoo! Boy got the skills. I love it.
With Andrew stopping by, hindered my progress a little bit. But that's fine. We're still on the clock, so it'll be all right. I'll show you my last little project, and I was hoping to get this installed, but it's fine. You'll see it, you'll get the gist of it, and really we can't install it anyway because we're going to slightly modify it. I'll show you. Here she is, gauge cluster. I felt there's a lot of importance on this because this is what you're staring at most. You know, Andrew will be staring at my taillights when he'll be staring at this. It's the factory bezel. These things come apart. They've just got, I think, 6 screws across the back. I took it apart. I used the factory face as a template. This is I think this was 063 aluminum I got from Perkle Sheet Metal. Cut out our 2 5/8 holes. Now, I have successfully, I think, talked Andrew into some better gauges.
You don't like my Kmart gauges?
No, I think we're going to do better than these Temu guys here. But we got the basic sizes set up. 3.5-inch tack, 2 5/8. And also, like, it had 2 gauges that weren't even hooked up. We're going to get them all where they're actual functional gauges. Make all this look good. What do you think, Andrew?
Besides the gauges, it's perfect.
That's it for this week. Short week. Going out of town again. That's fine. Got a lot done. Worked some extra hours. Able to get a little of that overtime. Is that time and a half or double?
It's halftime.
I can't say what that's called. All right. But anyway, thanks for sticking around. Like, share, subscribe.
Please, guys, please subscribe because I need help with this bill. So if we can offset it with some ad rev, I'd really appreciate it. You know, high quality work don't come cheap. So if you guys don't help me, it's, you know, I'm gonna have to be a little light in the pockets for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fine.
It'd be all right. It's all worth it.
Yep, it's all worth it. It's hot rodding. You know, they say cool's expensive. How cool you want to be?
I know I've never been cool before.
You'll be cool in this thing.
No doubt.
Anyway.
Later.
See ya.